you know what we're going to do this video? We're going to be positive. We're going to create a positive mindset on how to deal with things in the future because everything's been a little bit too negative for a while. So I think it'd be best to be a little positive. If you are somebody who deals with a lot of people and you are someone who just so happens to not like people, it would be in your best interest to take a little moment, collect your breath, and then distance yourself away from the type of individuals that make you upset on a routine basis. Yes, I understand that it's difficult for a lot of people to do, but you have to put your best foot forward and make the attempt to find something to do to take your mind away from people or things that make you very upset. For example, I am upset by 3 things: peanuts and anything related to peanut butter and the people who consume them, anyone who is a fan of the New Orleans Saints, and, based on the title of the video, children. All of these things annoy me to high hell, and the best thing for me is to distance myself and further continue my plans into growing my beard into a caveman style and moving to the mountains and no longer being associated with humanity. And these are the things that I am working towards so that I could live a happier life. That is a little bit different than a teacher who can't handle students in the classroom and decides to get 4 of them to jump one of them.
Right now, a local substitute teacher is in custody charged with child abuse. I'm Ben Becker.
I'm Emily Turner. According to a report, Janine White intentionally grabbed a student and, quote, pulled him ferociously, causing him to hit his head on a desk. Action News Jack's Alexis Clevenger is live outside the Duval County Jail. And Alexis, this all started when White allegedly encouraged students to fight with the victim.
And according to the arrest report, White encouraged 4 kids to batter the victim. Then after the fight, White allegedly pushed the victim, which caused him to hit his head on a desk.
Janine White, a now former substitute teacher who was responsible to maintain discipline and order in the classroom, is now behind bars. According to the arrest report, White was subbing on February 12th and asked a student to get into a small group. Allegedly, that student refused and her frustration grew. The report said she then asked the class, quote, "Who in here can beat him up?" And 4 kids raised their hands. She called them out one by one to fight the victim as she watched. Police say the kids hit the victim multiple times on his head and throughout his body, and she then pushed him, causing him to hit a desk. According to the report, when the fights were done, Janine grabbed the student, quote, by the collar of his shirt and dragged him. White allegedly denied her involvement in the incident and advised that she only tried to pick the victim up from the ground following 2 separate fights that occurred in the class.
You know how some people think that they're in a simulation all the time? I think I'm in a crossover episode between South Park, Boondocks, and with a collaboration from Grand Theft Auto. Because on what planet does any functioning grown adult, not functioning in this scenario, do you go back and forth with a student and you just subtly ask everybody, hey, who can whoop this child's ass? And then, knowing that these children casually just get into it probably all the time, they all raise their hands, or at least 4 of them raise their hands, and they beat a kid. And nobody was supposed to say anything about this? Nobody. She was just walking casually as if, yeah, bro, this is normal. I feel like I did something good here. And now you're sitting in jail rubbing up on Big Frida. You are what I would like to describe as someone who is not capable of being around a bunch of people. Clearly, you have some stressful things going on in your life, and it would be better for you to get away from all those stressful things. And since you didn't have the mental capacity to do it yourself, the law is going to do it for you, and you are going to be moved from the general public right into the arms of Big Frida, where she could rub on that big burly third chin of yours and make you relax and get all that tension nice and off your shoulders. The second thing is basically going out in public and not having a bunch of people who are strangers to you respect you based off of what you do in your own personal time where no one else can see you. Let's say you were a transgender and you were just out and about living in your truth, living peacefully as you are, and all of a sudden you have an interaction with a stranger who's treating you very disrespectfully in your eyes. And for some reason, you feel it is necessary to start wanting to fight over this. Now, I understand self-respect is important. And when someone takes the time to disrespect you, all bets seemingly become off. But when it's alerted to you that the person you're about to fight over being disrespected, mind you, you're the grown adult in this scenario, is a child who is underage, it would behoove you to not continue to square up with said child, because if they put this on camera or if they find out you beat a kid, you're the one going to jail, and no amount of saying he called me a tranny is going to make you not go to jail.
Just came from Winco, and I kid you not, this is the struggles about being trans that, like, cis people do not understand, that I'm literally just living my fucking life. I'm just doing me, looking how the way I'm looking, and this one dude literally, like, called me a tranny, right? And it's this little, like, small black boy, and I was like, whatever, I was like, you know, I don't care, I was like, whatever, and, you know, I was just minding my business, and then, literally, the same fucking kid comes back, and then I'm talking to my partner, and then he's over here like, you got a problem? And I'm like, who are you talking to? I was like, bitch, I'm like, no one got a problem. I'm like, do you got a problem? And he started jumping and calling me all this shit, and I was like, all right. I was like, I guess I'm gonna fight at Winco. Like, I guess it's gonna be it. So I took my shirt off. I was ready. My partner was getting ready to fucking, like, jump in. And then he tells me, he's like, oh, like, he's like under 18. He's under 18. And mind you, in my mind, I'm already mad. I'm already like, what's up? Like, I got my fucking sweater off. I'm like, I'm ready. I'm like, I'm tired of people thinking because trans people that wear makeup, anybody that's feminine, people don't think we're gonna fight. So I was like, nah, bitch. I was like, you're not about to call me tranny the one time and then try to check me again. That's not gonna happen. We're about to fight here in Winco.
It's the confidence to say things on social media as if everyone's going to get along with this, and it's just not true. I'm sorry. I get, like, being in a hug box and thinking that all of this is okay, but you're not in a hug box. You're on social media where anyone can see the things you say and do. And I don't know one functioning adult that's gonna sit there and say, yeah, you look to be 24-year-old woman, man, I don't know who you are, don't really care in this scenario. You are justified in learning that someone you're about to fight is underage, and you continue to want to fight because you feel disrespected by a child who either A, don't know you worth a damn and don't care, or B, don't know you and not worth a damn. Because unfortunately, still to this day, I'm correct about this. Everybody don't know you. You could dress a certain way. You can put all that makeup all you want. There are people who are going to be confused by you, and they're going to say it out loud, and there's nothing you could do about it. You could try to correct them, and like I've said, it's either going to be they're going to respect that or they're not. You really only have two options here, and if you act upon the second option, there's the likelihood you're going to either get beat up or sent to jail or probably start considering fighting a fucking child, because that's a normal thing to do. And with all these things that would get all of you individuals very angry, I think it's a perfect time to just collectively take a breath, back away, and relax, because there's so much that could make someone angry. A little back talk, a little bit of disrespect, hearing about somebody wanting to fight a children, or hearing about how someone got 4 children to beat up one child. All of these things should make someone really, really upset. And there's nothing wrong with being upset about that, but it's important to just take a breath, because humanity is something to be disappointed at. Because for as much as you live your life very calm, very peacefully, maybe a little bit of drama here and there, maybe a little bit of issue here and there, it's important for you to relax and not really get yourself in these binds, because these people are fucking stupid. And the best thing is to just back away, or in this case, laugh at the fact that there are some deranged motherfuckers out there who think that they live in a cartoon episode of Looney Tunes because they think that they're untouchable. And every time they think that they're untouchable, here comes Satan, the Lord, and me to touch them where they don't want to be touched. And that is the beautiful part of society, and another way we could all have fun, laughing at stupid people together. And if you like that, I suggest subscribing to the channel and liking the video and letting me know in the comment section. Would you hire 4 children as hitmen to beat up another one? No? I'm sorry, I just had to ask the question. I have to know who all of you are, because you all get accused of being ne'er-do-wells in my comment section, and I must weed out all of these Neanderthals who exist who would hire children to be hitmen? Or would you be someone who wants to fight anyone who just so happens to be children because you got disrespected because the child said neener neener, fuck you, unk, tranny, and old man? No? Damn. I guess none of you are ne'er-do-wells. I will see you all in the next one. Subscribe to the channel. Mwah. Goodbye.